Hello my boys, good morning. This is the Gauntlet summary for day 5. So I finished the campaign and I entered the mapping phase. But before that I want to teach you how to do properly the Act 9 boss fight and the Act 10 Kitava fight, so you don't have surprises. So you don't want to progress that far and die because you didn't know how to do the fight properly. That's one I will teach you how to do it. Before that, I want to show you which skill nodes I took. So yesterday I posted a POB for day 4, and here I explain what other skill nodes I took. As you can see, I have a lot of them because I'm progressing maps, but I'll make it easier for you. I'll just point them out. So I took 2 more spell suppression chance nodes here, and then here at the bottom I took these nodes. This will raise my armor, yeah. And also we have this one, you take 30% reduced extra damage from critical strikes. The more defensive layers we have, the better we feel. The rest ignore them because I'm progressing maps, I'm taking whatever nodes I can find. My boys, I also have some warnings for you, especially for the Act 10 here, Vilenta quest that will grant you an skill points. Let's go to the area now so you see it better. You don't want to do this boss, try to skip it. Because it's very deadly, man, it's very deadly. Here you will kill Vilenta for a skill point, but because of the increased area of effect, man, she stacks those explosion line up tomorrow, so you can lose your character. Try to skip this quest, it's very important. So don't do this quest. Yeah, you will go here for the skill points and you will die to Vilenta. It's very deadly. Another thing that I want to tell you, in Act Opt, you have the Yugul quest. Where it is? Here, in the High Gardens, you kill Yugul for a skill point. Try to do it later. This fight is also repaired. Maybe do it in Act 9 before engaging the Trinity. You will go back and do Yugul. Now I want to address my spell suppression chance because someone asked me I don't have 100%. I explained that we take this mastery node that says chance to suppress spell damage is lucky. So even if we have 74 here or 75 or 70, it feels like having 100 because suppressed damage is lucky means that it rolls 2 times. And most of the times it's like having 100, so don't worry about it. This is solo self-found in hardcore. Of course we won't have good items and stuff like that, so it's fine. In case you're wondering which nodes give me spell suppression, are these nodes here at the bottom, here at the top. You also have this one which gets activated once you get hit, and you get hit pretty much. Yeah, and this one here gives 15 more. And if you really want to drop chance to suppress spell damage is lucky, you can take these nodes here, which also give you spell suppression, but you don't need them, trust me, this is the idea. Now enough talking my boys, let's see those fights and what we can learn from them, let's go. My boys, this is a voiceover, I'm looking at the screen and I'm commenting. So for the Depraved Trinity, you first need to kill these 3 mini-bosses, which are very easy by the way. So these 3 mini-bosses are very easy, just make sure that you have an Amethyst Flask, a Granite Flask that will give you armor and chaos resistance. You need them because Acts 6 to 10 have special modifiers that grant physical damage as extra chaos damage, so you need to have these flasks. Another thing that you want to do is to curse the enemies with Enfeeble and to have life more than 3000. Check my life pool, so you want to have more than 3000 life so you'll be safe. You will over level because you need it, you don't want to end the run in Act 9, you worked so hard, you want to over level. As you can see, these fights were pretty easy for this build here, especially because the target auto-aim and kill things for you, so I'm just putting the totems down and I'm focusing on running around to dodge the mechanics. You know, the totems do everything for me. So here I'm killing Chevron, and now I will go to the final boss, which is the Depraved Trinity. You always want to start the fight by opening a portal. This will allow you to go back to town to refinish your flasks. Yeah. As an extra mechanic, this fight also has the Maven head that will spawn extra balls. Yeah. You need to detonate them towards the edge of the arena, not in the middle. Look, here I'm detonating them at the edges. Ideally you want to stack them one on top of each other so they don't occupy a lot of arena space. These whirlpools do a lot of damage over time, so you need to be very careful here. And another tip that I will give you, try to get the Arakali Pantheon so it reduces the damage over time. Here I detonated those balls on the bottom, so they occupy less space in the arena. If you detonate these balls by mistake in the middle, I suggest you restart the whole fight. You go again, you kill everything and you restart the fight. I was very stressed in this fight, it was my first try, my first attempt. So I'm not taking damage from the spells and normal attacks, but from the Degen. The Degen grounds takes a lot of damage. Here again I try to detonate them at the bottom, so they don't occupy a lot of space in the arena. This is the idea. Also those purple areas, electric areas, are permanent, they will stay for the whole fight. So you need to be careful. Again, I'm opening a portal. You can bind the portal to a hotkey, but I personally don't like to do that, so personal preference. Here I did a mistake. I detonated one whirlpool close to the middle, so I have less space to move. Look, there's a lot of stuff in the screen. I was contemplating at this point if I should restart the fight. I was thinking, should I restart the fight? But I decided to stay. Yeah. Very deadly fight. That's why you need to have life more than 3000. And to detonate all those balls towards the edges. Yeah, look here again. I go to an edge and I detonate. And try to stack them on top of each other so they occupy less space. And I killed him finally. Because it's easy because the totems auto-target for you, so you have room to dodge mechanics and to spot them in advance. That's the beauty of this build. Okay, let's move on. Here is another deadly guy. So before engaging Kitava, you need to kill AVARIUS. Here it's an important tip. Don't get close to him. Because this guy has the staff sweep. He will smash with the staff and will one-shot you most of the time. Because we have physical taken as extra chaos damage. And that attack will one-shot you even with 3000 life. I've seen a lot of guys dying to this guy with full life, one shot always. So what you want to do here is put your totems and run. You see? And try to run in circles also. So his staff sweep attack can one-shot people. It's very, very deadly. And also he attacks very fast, so you don't really have time to dodge. Now the good thing here for the champion is that we have permanent fortification. The totems also taunt. They also absorb damage because we have that mastery point. And we curse with enfeeble, so most likely we will not get one-shotted, but still, you don't want to get hit by that staff attack. So what I'm doing here, I'm placing the totems and playing from a safe distance, but I'm still moving because he also has that attack that will can shotgun you from far away. So always move up and down. This attack that he did just now. If you move up and down and you put the totems next to the boss, you will be fine. But be careful for that staff sweep attack. He can one-shot people. A lot of guys ended the run here.
This is it.
Here I'm fighting the final Act 10 Kitava boss. So again, you need to open a portal to go out and to replenish your flasks. And let's see how it goes. He has the same mechanics like the Act 5 Kitava, so nothing special. Yeah. What you need to do here, as you can see, I took a lot of damage because he puts that degen ground. And here I was thinking on the spot and I decided to go back in town. So here I go back in town to replenish my flask and also to wait out for that degen ground to go out. And I will apply these tactics toward the whole fight. You will see it. So again, this is the same mechanic from Act 5. It just spawns more ads. Make sure to apply your Amethyst Flask and Granite Flask because these monsters also do a lot of chaos damage. Yeah, so I'm putting my totems next to the boss. And I'm cursing him first. This is what I do. I cursed him with Enfeeble, so he does the least damage. Here he did that thing on the ground. That degen ground does a lot of damage. So what I'm doing here, I go back into the town. Then I go back in and I have that 1 minute grace period. And I'm waiting for that degen ground to despawn. So I'm looking until that ground gets away. Look, I'm watching the ground. And I'm waiting for all that shit to disappear. Now, because it disappeared, I will open a new portal. And I will engage the boss again. Because that thing is the rippiest stuff. It does a lot of damage. Again. He smacked with the fist in the ground. We have again that degen ground. I will portal out and go back inside and wait for that ground to despawn. So I'm waiting here until that ground gets away because it is a lot of damage, man. After that ground disappears, I will open a new portal. I know that I can bind the portal key to a hotkey, but I don't want it, you know. I don't want it. It's personal preference. Yeah. So after that ground disappears, I will do my normal attacks. I will curse him with Enfeeble. Yeah. Here you need to pay close attention. You don't want to get hit. Good. So you see, the portal always needs to be ready like that. Here are again the spinning lasers. These apply corrupted blood, so you need to have a flask with corrupted blood immunity. And you will move in circles while pressing your Amethyst Flask, because these monsters do a lot of chaos damage. Here I'm cursing with Enfeeble. I'm watching for his fist. When he smashes his fist on the ground, he will apply that degen that does a lot of damage over time. I went in town, went back. I'm looking at the ground when I should engage the boss again. I open a portal and rush towards the boss. So here he's that deadly degen. I wait for it to go away. Open the portal, go again to the boss. As you can see, the build is very tanky. These lasers barely touch me. Very tanky build, man. But you should still try to avoid the mechanics. Can I go back inside? I have that grace period so I don't get damaged. I notice the ground. Again, I'm forced to go out to town and go back in. You don't want to take risks. You reach Act 10, you don't want to end it here. And here I already know that I had this in the bag. You know the drill, you open a portal and you start dancing around. Make sure to use your flasks. You want to apply the Amethyst Flask and Granite Flask, so you take less damage. Especially the Amethyst Flask. I also changed my Quicksilver Flask with a Silver Flask, so it gives me Onslaught, which also gives me attack speed, not only movement speed, so you might want to consider doing this later. And here it is, I finished the campaign. This was my purpose for this event, to finish the campaign, and now I continued doing maps. I got the box also, let's open it now. And here it's what I got inside the box. I clicked it and bam! Another pair of gloves that I will never ever use. Hehehe. Shit!